modern woman is like, fuck it. If it ain't giving me pleasure, fuck it. Which the thing is, like, even
but a lot of men aren't doing what Obama has done. They're not leading.
So niggas got to be the president for you to fucking submit? That's what I'm saying, man. It's never enough. It's never enough. It's never enough. And this is what I want to tell all the young black men. It's like, bro, do what you do. Get to yours, because the woman that you desire, don't be out here trying to headhunt for these chicken heads, man. Because I'm telling you. God damn. I just want to make sure I'm good here. All right.
I hope
Ready?
I'm good. Do mine look good? Because y'all
Are you
is
good?
like...
Does she look good on the camera?
Okay.
Everything good?
All right. Hey, welcome back. It is the Some Podcast host that does the absolute fucking most, Mr. A-Lo Boot, in the goddamn building, along with my co-host, Mr.
Howie motherfucking Stacks.
And today
nigga.
we
You
have
already
a
know.
guest, somebody that, wanted to have on the podcast a long time ago.
Okay.
I was on her podcast a while back. I told her that she was going to have this opportunity to come on and talk some shit and come into our world. And she's here. She's ready to stick up for the ladies.
Yeah.
Talk her shit. Margaritas with Margaret is in the goddamn building. What's going on?
I am doing good. How are you guys?
We're doing really good. We're
Decent.
excellent. Jew is
Decent as hell, folks.
Jew in the building. C Moss is in the building. We're gonna have a great dialogue today. This dialogue in this podcast is gonna be a little bit different. We're gonna talk and have a open, nice, possibly heated, maybe discussion.
I hope so. Y'all ready?
Listen, I'm here. I'm as long as I'm here, I'm ready. You ready to get it going?
I'm gonna come with the facts I got, and that's about all I got.
We've kind of gone back and forth. Margaret's here. I'm ready to discuss and just jump right into it. We were having a discussion where there was a wide discussion that had been put all over Facebook, social media, the whole 9 yards in regards to Lori Harvey and, the situation with her, just out here dating and just, being with a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
Living her best life.
Living
her best life.
Shout out to T
What
Money.
some may say call living her best life. And others might call a desperate cry for help. We want to acknowledge. We want to acknowledge, though, first and foremost, that everybody is entitled to their own opinions, but opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one. They all stink at the end of the day.
Mine smells good.
However,
motherfucker.
some assholes are cooler with others. You know what I'm saying?
This morning, that's too long ago, nigga. You should have cleaned that motherfucker like 25 minutes ago, nigga.
Wait a minute.
Like, how many times did you eat today?
That's too long. Shit.
You ain't eating enough today.
That motherfucker, one fart, that bitch get dirty. Fuck you talking about?
So, want to have this discussion. We wanted to have a woman here to have this discussion, because I feel like oftentimes we do have these discussions, and for some reason, man, we just don't give a fuck about the ladies' opinion. We don't even have them on. We don't have them here. We don't have them talk. If they are here in the back, they're in the back somewhere twiddling their thumbs, like, yeah, I like this. not adding nothing to the conversation when we need them the most. They don't even be ready to be on camera. Like, people we invite that sit in the back, y'all never hear from them. They just be in the back like, Yeah,
and that was not going to happen today.
Yeah, that was a little eccentric. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, provocative.
We need to have a where are they now for the people with this.
What's funny is, like, a lot of times Howie would be like, he'll say something, but then he'll look over immediately because he know there's like a woman in the room. He ain't want to offend. So he'd be like, you good? Okay. Yeah, he was fucked up.
Like, do you approve of this message?
Like,
bitches be like, you know what I'm saying?
He was just making sure his cancel papers didn't get turned in early.
No,
like,
honestly,
they were in her hand. Like,
no offense, but I'm more worried about the Jews. Oh yeah, by the way, we are not anti.
You had it right.
We are anti-Semitic.
Sigmund Freud.
Freudian slip. No, I'm just kidding. Some podcast is in no way, shape, or form anti-Semitic.
Whatever.
That was professional.
L'chaim. To life, nigga. 100.
So,
on the real.
Yeah, you okay. You gonna keep pushing that damn shit.
I got a Uzi, nigga. I got heat on my arm, nigga.
Yeah, you weren't supposed to get it tatted. That's what I heard. That was law.
Because I'm not Jewish.
Kamala. All right.
I broke the law. I break a lot of laws.
So I wanna just put you on the spot automatically off the jump because I feel like that's what we're gonna do.
Let's go. Let's get it cracked.
You're in our realm now.
Oh,
I lived in your world.
Dang.
So now you're gonna be in ours, and I'm gonna ask you some of the tough questions, and we always gonna bounce the shit off. But this conversation has been geared around Lori Harvey,
okay,
and her ability to go and date and be out and be with a celebrity here, a celebrity there. Obviously, we discussed a lot of things that we discussed on Facebook,
right?
But I just want to get your opinion overall as a woman. Do you honestly think that what she is doing as far as serial dating going to be a benefit or a detriment to her in the oncoming future?
I honestly can say from my experience, not from like a woman experience or whatever any other woman has been through, but from my experience, I honestly can say that what she's doing is an amazing thing because
I want to know.
Scares.
She's no one's baby's mother. She has not had anyone's child.
Okay.
Right? She has not had anyone's child. She has no strings attached to anyone she's dealt with. Right?
Outside of sexual. I mean, we're gonna talk about it. But go ahead, keep going. No, keep going. I'm taking mental notes. I'm putting it all in.
She has no one's child.
Okay.
She is nobody's mother. No child is looking up to her as an influence, right? So as of now, she's just a single woman by herself. She doesn't have to be a role model to any daughter, any little girl. She's living her best life. If she was a mom, maybe it would be an issue. But she's not nobody's mama. She's no one's mother.
Okay. She's not anybody's mother.
She's no one's mother.
That would be a compelling argument. Hey, her being somebody's mother or not doesn't take away from the buyer, the consumer of the woman species. And as a consumer of the woman species, I don't think I can speak for all of us, but I can speak for a good majority of us. Like I said before on the live, her future husband is somewhere out there watching her right now in this very moment. He may not know it, she may not know it, but he's watching because she's in the public eye. Her not having any kids is a great plus. Her being as pretty as she is a great plus. But the argument really falls into point where it's like, how many dudes are you gonna cycle through in these younger years and not lock any of them up until you get to a point where you're ready to do that and it's too late?
You know what? My counter question to you is, why are we making it seem like she's the issue? Did they say she broke up with these guys or did they break up with her?
Well, no, she definitely broke up with them. No, she definitely broke up with them. Because there's no way they're breaking up with Lori Harvey. I mean, like, stop. Like, dudes aren't dumb at the end of the day. Like, we know what we got.
But this is another thing. I feel like the reason why I back her so much is because I feel like you said to me on the live that she's dating suitable men. She's dating men who are husband worthy. Maybe she's trying to figure out, like, okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, this is something that a lot of women will never admit to. But women like some hood ass niggas. Like we do. We like, but
and we're gonna talk about that too.
We like some hood ass niggas, but we wanna do like Waka Flocka. Like remember back in his day, like when we first came out, what was that, 2012? Like that's the first song he made. Yeah. He a hood ass dude, but he's educated. He takes care of his stepdaughter. That's not his blood daughter, but you wouldn't even
he's smart, know what I'm saying? He's business oriented.
Exactly. And that's what a lot of females want. But I'm not gonna
He's an anomaly.
Yes, he's something.
You're not getting a Waka Flocka Gucci guy.
Yes, you're not gonna get
yeah.
Like Gucci, Waka Flocka, they some hood ass dudes, but they take care of their household. And a lot of women look for hood dudes, but when you get one, they don't. No, they're not gonna take care of no household. So what the thing is with Lori is, I think she's dating these men who are, like you said, stand up dudes, great husband material. But they're probably some fucking cornballs. Like, I hate to sound immature and be like,
I want him to speak to that.
Yeah, like,
talk to him about that because it's funny because the call that we had, what did we end up saying in regards to that?
Well,
you mentioned that.
Like, I feel like, okay, yeah. So
you brought that up.
Because I do feel like,
and I'm
like,
in agreement with that.
Like,
but
pause to what I'm about to say, but it's something about Michael B. Jordan. I feel, first off,
cornball.
I heard him rap.
Cornball.
I'd never seen him with a black woman before Lori Harvey.
Ball.
And I just got this feeling that he ain't slanging the D. And I don't know why. I'm a whole nigga. I don't care.
Wait, it's funny.
But I'm just like, nah,
real quick,
sidebar.
Sidebar. As men, can we pause? Do we know that?
I don't know.
Like, can we look at a guy and be
giving.
like,
it is giving.
No, not really.
It is giving.
No, it's not giving. Maybe
no,
to you.
It's giving.
But like, if a nigga real ugly,
I feel like
they got a big
and his girl ain't never left him, he's slanging that motherfucker wood. He's slanging the motherfucker wood.
I know it's a pause situation, and I feel like
it is what it is.
But I feel like if we're gonna be real,
it is what it is because
you feel like you got a good idea of like guys that's like
if everybody
really
like why is she with him?
A guy can point out a player.
He either got money or he's slanging wood.
Yeah.
Right, and that's what we say.
So
we assess,
deduce.
We assess the situation. We deduce and assess and be like,
or both.
We know this nigga ain't got no money.
Right.
And she let him do all that. He got to be fucking a good. Okay, so like, look, but that's not no game, man. That's not, no.
It's the truth.
And I know it's a sidebar. But off that, you were mentioning, just like you said, because we were on a call. It's funny that you said that because like cornball, right? That's what we assume based on the circumstances that we've deduced when we had that conversation. Yeah, we were like, look, at the end of the day,
and let's be real,
all these things, some corns, and she
the
really
whole
don't
like
want them.
nice guy,
the whole like
nice guy argument, right? Because a lot of guys out there, they make the argument, well, I'm a nice guy.
Nice guy,
but
last, right?
Nice guy doesn't equate good guy, and good guy doesn't equate to be like, I don't know, like a square ass, like,
or not being a good
straight lace,
not being a good guy.
Like you can still be a good guy and I don't know, have a felony. You can still be a good guy and whatever. I've never been to jail. You could be. It doesn't matter. Like really, the thing is, like when people say that, like when people stress the whole nice guy thing, I think the one thing that we not looking at as men is that like, are you really a nice guy or you're a pushover? Because a woman don't like a pushover. She don't want no pushover. You know what I'm saying?
Feel safe.
Can you
like,
do you feel that Lori? Do you feel that Lori has purposely got with guys that she can
push over
and do things with, and then she's throwing them away like these are her boy toys?
I'm gonna be honest. So the thing about Lori for me is that like I personally don't give a flying fuck. I see the internet going crazy over her,
How
and
about
I'm just
Krishan
like,
Rock? How do we feel about Krishan?
I think she just
and blue.
She's the black version of white trash. I think they both white. Well, they black people's rednecks.
So
I don't know why we're even interested in that shit. But
do you feel like with Lori Harvey and with Krishan, if they were my complexion, do you think that they would be getting this much attention and positive attention at that?
They'd be getting the same attention.
Lori Harvey's pretty dark.
Same
She'd
attention.
be lighting herself up.
They'd be getting the same attention.
I feel like she is in the light skin that she comes off.
She's peanut butter. She's not chocolate.
They'd be getting the same attention, but I do think that.
But do you think Krishan will begin so like people baby? It would be Krishan. Negative. Yeah. People baby Krishan.
I don't pay too much attention to that. That's not even something.
You think they baby her? I feel like I see people
she was on a podcast like this in this setting, and she got to kick in the TV. Like the TV, she kicked the TV.
I think they scared of her.
I feel like if I did that job, like get this black bitch out of here.
I think people scared of her though. I think people scared of her.
No, they are.
She's missing a tooth.
She's a wild.
And she don't wear her fake tooth.
She don't.
You going like if you kick my TV, like I'm gonna have to pull my pistol out on your bitch ass. I told you, get the fuck out the. Look, I ain't playing with you.
I want to stay away.
Knowing damn well I don't want to shoot that motherfucker.
I want to stay away from the Krishan because she's not even something we're talking about reputable. We're talking about women that really want to be
I just
married, or women that we believe are of marrying.
Did you hear about Lori?
But why
Harvey's
is Lori
mom?
a marrying type to you? Is Lori a marrying type to you? Opposed to Krishan?
This is the problem.
She might be a marrying type to men because she look good.
This is the issue.
Krishan looks good. Not right now when she drinks, but she's not ugly.
Listen.
I mean, you're right. But her attitude is enough.
It makes her just ugly.
Hold on.
For me,
she's lost. She is slowly losing her value. What I'm telling you is as from a man perspective, we are all, no matter if we're married, have living girlfriends, or single, most guys, the majority of guys, can look at a woman and tell if she is worth marrying or not. We know who our wives are when we get with them.
I don't know about look, but I do know that, like,
look at you.
I might look at you and think you fine, and then when we start getting
we know in the first
dating,
10 seconds when you start
dating is when I'm like,
we know this. Women, I'm sorry, you don't get to dictate that. So we know. So what I'm saying is about
I don't
Lori,
know.
Hold on, let me get this off.
Okay.
What I'm saying about Lori is that she is slowly diminishing herself for no reason. Because people want to talk about how much she's a celebrity. Listen, I said this before. Yeah, she's a celebrity. She has a lot of people putting faces on her or whatever, but there's a lot of other fine women of actors or celebrities that you never hear. Eddie Murphy's daughter, Martin Lawrence's daughter, right? There's a lot of comedians' daughters that are fine. We don't hear about. We don't know nothing about them. You know why?
Because they probably busting too.
Okay, great, but they're not public.
But why not?
They still have a potential.
They still have different.
Because she decided to put herself in the public light. She decided to date high profile men. She knew. Okay, you want to give women credit for being intelligent, and then not give them the credit for what they do. There's no coincidence the type of men that you're dating, and the frequency of how you date them. There's no coincidence in that.
Well, she is a Capricorn.
What does that mean?
I don't know, but I know some Capricorns.
So I can speak on some Capricorns. My mother is a Capricorn.
What does that mean? She's a bunch of hard-headed motherfuckers.
She's a hard-headed person, and damn, I hope she don't watch this. Okay, but
I don't mean to call your mom hard-headed motherfucker. I realized.
Okay, so basically, I kind of read my mother. I love Capricorns. Like at first, I was like, man, I can't stand that sign, but now I feel like they are probably the smartest. Like she thinks logically. My grandmother was a Capricorn. My grandmother too. They think logically. My grandmother, you know what?
My granddad is a Capricorn.
And guess what? Lori is a Capricorn. She might be doing something to you that you're like, why are you doing this? But I'm telling you, maybe 5 years from now, 1 year from now, it's gonna make sense. It's something about that sign. They think so logically. Like my grandmother, she had 10 children. When she met my grandfather, she had 3 already. He had 1. So there go 4 kids. So then they had 6 together. I don't want to embarrass myself with the math, but anyway, they had 6 children together.
Okay.
Can you imagine my grandmother? She had 3 children by 3 different men, but she was able to marry a man who took care of her 3 kids by 3 different men. Okay, and she stayed home, and he worked as a Greyhound mechanic. My grandmother didn't do nothing but cook, clean, and according to my mom, beat their ass with the extension cord. Allegedly. Right, allegedly. But my grandmother, she didn't do that.
Past the statute of limitation.
But anywho, she made money moves. Basically, she stayed home, and they were in the projects. However, everybody had food every night, breakfast, lunch. She made it work. But it's the fact that she had 3 baby daddies, 3 kids, and she was able to have 6 kids with my grandfather. He married her. He stayed with her. It's like she thought logically. With my mother, she had a daughter before me with another man, and that did not work out, right? My dad already had 1 kid, and then they had me together. They've been married since 1991. We're in 2023. I feel like my mom, I'm not trying to diss her or anything, but she was a Lori Harvey. She was out here. And she was dating lots of men before my father. Okay. But she got married at 35 years old. No, 33 years old. And she had me at 35 years old.
Did your mother have any kids when she met your father?
Just my sister.
Okay.
Just my sister. And my father, he married her because he said that she was an educated woman. And he just liked the way she moved. She just liked the way liked the way she moved.
We're not denying. Okay. But see the thing, we're not denying that
but we
the
have
possibility.
To go back to the logical.
Yeah, they're
thinking
logical. They're thinking
but not just Capricorn.
Yeah.
Like the thing is here, like the debate, we're comparing. Like when we debate this stuff, a lot of the times we compare a lot of stuff that's not adding up. You know what I mean? Like I feel like the average modern woman isn't always thinking logical when they approach dating.
Well, yeah, they're probably just
because we're not, and men aren't either, because we're not acknowledging like changes in the like socioeconomic climate. You know what I'm saying? And when you said like with your grandma, she had 3 different fathers of her children, but she cooked, she cleaned. Your granddaddy paid the bills. You know what I'm saying? But
and
you did mention they was in the projects, but you said she thought logically, right? So you got to realize a lot of the dating conversations nowadays revolves around, I ain't fucking with no nigga that make less than 6 figures, which is statistically not
abnormal.
It's abnormal.
It is.
So that's a good point. So
like thinking logically,
it's
it's not like, so like with Kevin Samuels and shit, he'd go crazy. Woo, you ain't shit. I'll hang up on this bitch type shit. You know what I mean? But like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I was like, all right, like I listened to his shit. I'm like, sometimes it wasn't really like, I hear what he was saying, and he's a Kappa. So like, I know that with all of us being Greek, I know that Greeks are harsh. You know what I'm saying? Because we as alphas, like these niggas, they go in on us sometimes. We keep it private, but we be going in on each other sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, he brought that probably to the public light, and the public couldn't handle it. But like, I really couldn't defend him because I felt like it's not that like women don't have value. It's that a lot of the things that people are asking for is kind of out their league, out their budget range. Men and women. Yeah. And that's the problem, and no one wants to admit it.
Well, here's the thing. Understanding that's a good point. First of all,
because if you date within your budget, you could probably find someone that's gonna make you happy, again, provide for you.
Exactly. So let's gear this conversation where it all is gonna make sense. You just talked about your grandfather, grandparents, everything like that. First of all, that's a cultural thing. That was a long time ago. It was a different time period. Everything wasn't out there. I'd be more willing to date a hoe way back then because it was on the low. If that's the case,
it's not even just it was on the low.
It's not as everything is
like,
as public.
Like
number one.
Nobody really cared about like I mean, like motherfuckers say they care about being like with a hoe, but like back in the day, everybody was fucking, and they didn't have protection like that. So motherfuckers just had kids.
Perception is everything, number one. So that's the number one.
It was a different game.
There. Yeah, different time, different game. So what I'm saying is that, and again, even with all of that, women understood what their role was, number one, and true. Then they also understood how to play in the game.
Men also did. So I get it.
So that same woman today, your grandmother today, is quick to be like, I don't need you. I ain't think I'm finna sit here and cook clean. Like, first of all, you got 3 kids with 3 different people.
Exactly.
You know, like, yeah, you're going to get the good man, the plumber, or the good guy that's making $60,000 a year. You should be happy that somebody wants to come into your life and do that type of shit.
She made Thanksgiving dinner every night. That's what they always said she cooked her collard greens, her turnip greens. She made dinner for them every night. She taught all of my aunties, they have OCD. Like, your home is so clean, but my auntie would probably find something. She would probably like put her finger on your wall and be like, when was the last time you sprayed that wall down?
That's what her mama do. When she
and that was the culture back then.
She'd be like, you ain't scrubbed the chairs. Culture. Like, what the fuck?
So we talking about culture, right?
You're blind.
So Lori Harvey, again, the conversation is going back to that because she is the epitome of a woman that has choices and clearly is going to abuse those choices. You look at it as single and doing you. We look at it like, hey, listen, your stock is lowering by every man you decide to date in your 20s.
But how many men has she been with? Like 4?
10. I can name them all. Do you want me to?
Please do.
I mean, it has been like
pull
publicly
up the
10.
receipts.
But it's not even like, okay, so.
You're with Future. You're with Diddy. You're with Diddy's son. You're with the race car driver.
What
You're
race
with
car driver? He's lying.
I'm pretty sure that was accurate.
Not Bubba. That was in the Hamlet.
Was he white? Was he a white boy?
No, I think he's black. The only black race car driver.
There's other black race car drivers. Bubba's one of them. He was with the Hamlin
white boys are just to have fun.
One of the African guys. He was like a
African guy.
I have to look it up exactly specifically. These are open public relationships that she's had.
I mean, look,
these men. You with the boxer, and now you with the other guy you with a dude that's in the same sphere as the guy you was just with.
But look at this. I'm glad you brought that up because I did my research and
because it wasn't a really good relationship if you had to be with this person and then you can just jump into it. Like, were you really even in a relationship? Like,
Maybe
honestly,
she was honestly, but this is the
'Cause, like, that's crazy.
This is the thing. People don't know how to date. She was dating these men. Dating and relationships are two different things.
Can we
Choose a
say one
relationship.
thing though?
Choose a
Because
relationship.
I actually had this conversation with my girl.
Can't be exclusive.
I was curious because, like, you know, every time me and my girl we talk about the past, she's like, "Oh, you know, dating this guy, dating this guy, dating this guy," and I'm like, all right. Because when I think dating, I think fucking. Because that's what niggas thinking. So that's what we thinking.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing about it is women is looking at it like, well, I dated him. So she might have fucked him. She might have not. It's not your business.
She got to know
when
him.
guys are talking about dating, we fucking instantly. And probably fucking some girls we not even dating. You see what I'm saying? So like we looking at it with different perspectives.
Right.
And you never
Yeah,
know
understand
because
what
some
we're
women
talking
are
about.
fucking and some women are dating and kind of fucking and some women aren't fucking at all and dating and some women aren't dating at all or fucking.
I would rather Lori Harvey be fucking and not dating.
Look,
You know why?
though? Why?
Because that's a
crazy.
mystery to us. We really don't know until we know.
But
If you're gonna openly date these men, we know you're fucking.
No
and
one
so we
said-
can attach the bodies. We can see the bodies. We've hung out with the bodies. We've had handshakes with the bodies.
I ain't hung out with Diddy.
right, when you saw Michael B.
So, right, you see Michael B. Jordan and what's the new name? What's the new name for Snowball?
Oh, damn.
What's the name?
Now, okay, so
They.
you know me. I don't.
Oh,
look,
yeah.
Lori's twins unite. Like,
I don't. Yeah.
Okay, well,
I don't give.
So-
I don't
so-
give a fuck about Lori. But if she fuck over my boy Damson
but a lot
and
of
she
women,
fuck up Snowfall, I'm gonna be mad.
right.
No. A lot of women who are not celebrities have had that same situation.
Yeah, of course. But that's
I had
totally different.
Somebody that I dated and somebody who I'm dating, and they helped me move into my place together. He held one side of the couch, the other guy held the other side of the couch, and I was with both of them before.
But that's
So
different.
what?
But
I mean,
that's
if it
that's
works,
a
it
different.
works.
But that's a different situation.
But
Not
I
getting
don't
into
want to
this-
argue about Lori Harvey
I'm
because
in the middle of me telling y'all something.
Sorry.
I was just in the middle. Like,
Go
you
ahead.
just saying, man,
Ow,
fuck
dang.
what you got going on.
Go ahead. I'm just saying. Look.
Lori Harvey
Okay, Steph.
has had a stock
He's
clearly
Samuel
in the
L.
industry, just to how she looks and who she's under.
She can
whatever.
control that she look good as fuck.
That's fine, but you also can control who you date and who you sleep around with, who you give your box up to prior to you getting.
But
into
how
a-
do we know
she's
that
of
she-
marrying age right now? No man is gonna try to hop down on one knee like Michael B. Jordan did. No man
he's
is
a
gonna.
clown.
Because he's a square. That's why he
Right.
hopped down on one. This is what we trying to tell. This is what
All
I'm
them
trying
niggas
to
not
say.
squares, and if she's dating nothing but squares, then she's
Wait
the
a minute.
problem. So
I
let's
found
stop
out-
this
I
shit.
found out
Maybe
that
If
he
she's
cheated
getting
on
down,
her.
if he's getting down on one knee,
He
no
cheated on
man,
her.
no man is getting down on one knee who doesn't want, who doesn't already know that this woman potentially will marry them. No man's doing that. Now some men are simps, and he possibly could be, but I'm gonna strike that he knew or had a good indication that she potentially was going to say yes to him.
But why
And
would he
for her to
think
say
that? And
no-
she said no.
For her to
He
say
cheated and he wanted to try to fix it. And asked
look,
to be
man,
married.
she
You think Michael B. Jordan cheated?
Yeah, with a white girl.
Probably with a
he
white
looked
girl,
like the
yeah.
type, and then try to say, "Oh, will you marry me?" No,
Does-
the
but-
fuck I won't, and I'm about to fuck your friend. Bye.
Does-
And that's what she did.
But why?
But why would niggas
Who-
do
who
it
does
as a
that
problem?
Why is you cheating?
Who does that
Niggas
hurt?
do that shit too, and it's
It
a
doesn't
problem.
hurt
We
Do
do
you
it.
think getting get
He
back with
was
your
at-
coochie? Hold on, wait. Do you think getting get back with your coochie is the right way to go about doing something?
No.
So why do y'all do it?
Oh, look,
It makes
it
no
was a little bit
sense.
of a
I d-
yes.
You're gonna try to get back at me?
I definitely
by getting dick.
Yes, I
dated
am.
somebody that tried to get back at me with coochie, and I'm gonna be 100 with you. She's still broke,
Like
so
you,
I don't know what the fuck that did.
you a fucking idiot.
I'm just saying.
You a damn idiot.
Okay, but hold on. Who was at the game crying though? Michael B was.
Was he?
Yes.
Well,
I'm
No,
sure
no,
he
no, no,
probably.
no.
I'm sure he probably did
Look,
like her.
look, it's a
Fucking
constant.
I'm sure he
It's-
did
it's
like
'cause
her
it's
for real.
Look, I know because look,
He's an
before me
actor.
and Chanel settled down and started having kids, I was in a 5-year relationship. When I was free and single and dating for that little bit, it's a constant power struggle between men, American men and women. It's a constant fucking power struggle. Who got the one up and the leg up? You see what I'm saying? And let's be real. If you do your little research, Lori Harvey mama is a man eater. And also,
Yes.
Lori Harvey ain't related to Steve.
Yes.
Steve gave all his wife kids. They ain't even his kids, bro.
She's following her
So
mother's
you-
footsteps
exactly.
logically. She's a logic, like I said.
But
her mother is logical, and so is she.
So you can't
The apple does
you can't
not
hate the
fall
player,
far.
hate the game, but at the same time, you got to realize like what you playing with. So if you as a man hold yourself to a certain standard, you ain't really got to go crazy like, nah, fuck Lori Harvey. Just be like, man, I don't fuck with the bitches. I'm gonna find me someone that's on my level with my core values, with what I want.
Lori Harvey was.
You see what I'm saying?
She was nothing more. Hold on, but she was. This is the thing. She was nothing more than the conversation about regular black women. I mean, again, this conversation has always been centered around the betterment of black women, because the reality is that people today just assume that black men and black women have this divide. No, we have these conversations because we want y'all to succeed. So when you talk about situations like this, or you talk about passport bros, that's something, I don't know if y'all know about the passport bros.
I heard about it.
Yeah. We talk about these things because
Spanish,
we let
nigga.
you know. Black women are so ready to be like, motherfucking do what they want. And good, go overseas and go get you a bitch. We don't give a fuck. Woo, woo. And y'all don't realize that
look.
y'all are the least, well, you say it out your own mouths, you are the least protected. And the least and the least desired you're the most desired in regards to like lust, but not actually for marriage. For not marriage.
Exactly.
Right. Who is the species on the planet that's supposed to help fix that? Your counterpart. Mm-hmm. So when a black man or black men stand up and say, Lori, we respect you as a woman to do what you want to do as a free woman in America, but you have to understand something. You're going to get to a point where your looks mean absolutely nothing, and you're going to be ready to settle down, and you're going to end up having to settle down with the person you don't want to be with, because you lost the person that was for you in your 20s, because you're 26.
That's where that question comes in, though.
But like Kevin says,
are women picking the wrong man? Maybe she honestly is trying to make sure that she picks the right man. You might see it as she's just, there go a good guy. But how do we know that was a good guy for her? We don't know what conversations they had.
You're
in
a
their
very
room.
bad judge of character if you decide to go within 10 relationships in 5 years.
Well, man, look.
You're an awful judge of character, and you probably shouldn't be dating. You need therapy.
One thing I would.
I've never dated a man that had a lot of money like who she's dating. So
money don't make no difference in this situation, because personality.
I think it makes a big
she's
deal.
got money.
If these guys,
It don't, because women complain about the niggas that have money too.
if these guys didn't have that much
I guarantee
money,
you she won't date a good guy who makes less than her, though.
But wait a minute. We don't know how much she makes.
She don't even make
She
no
make
money.
she make a
Right.
couple
That's-
million.
that's
She's got
family
deals.
question.
She's got deals. She's got makeup lines. She's got lingerie. She's got deals. She's got brand deals for sure,
okay.
100%. And if she doesn't have the brand deals, she's got daddy's money. So she's already had
Stepdaddy.
all. She's nigga got a last name. That's her daddy. She's got the last name. That is her father. They go and take
cool.
trips. They go
I'm
and
gonna do
they
it
go
too.
places. They've got experiences, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she's gotten all the shit. There's not a man right now that she could date that's on this level that can give her experience she hasn't
But
already
you
had.
know what? That's the thing.
And that's a
But
problem.
Look at this. Rihanna, before she had her child with ASAP, is it ASAP? I always get ASAP and I get they look like each other. I don't want to
Travis
get it.
Scott.
Yeah, I don't want to get it mixed up.
It's A$AP.
But
She never dated Travis Scott.
No, she's saying she was.
Travis Scott and ASAP look like each other. I don't want to get it mixed up. But before she got with ASAP, she was with a billionaire.
Yeah.
A billionaire.
He was probably a square ass nigga.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying.
And so money, it tells you money don't matter.
Exactly. That's what I'm
because
saying.
you'll
Like,
leave, so it's not about
she
money.
probably
But she
could've-
won't date nobody broke. Now, it's not too many. I'm telling you right now.
I mean, so far, she
listen.
But that billionaire wasn't black either.
No, he was like no, he was Moroccan. That's considered
That's not
like
black.
That's a Greek. Morocco is in Africa. That is
It
black.
is in Africa, but the Maghreb region is primarily overtaken by Arabs a long time ago.
Yeah, but they consider themselves African.
But here's the thing.
Hey, I mean,
But
they African
There's a little light skin.
by name.
yeah, they are very.
but-
There's a very light skin.
They're very French.
They
But
could be
they,
mixed. Yeah,
It is a little light.
Okay, but listen.
That's a whole nother conversation. I'd love to get into that.
Listen,
But
women.
not today.
This conversation can go all day long about that, because women, women that have means tend to date, have no choice but to date men of lesser means. Think
What
about
you
all
mean
the
by
celebrities.
that? Like a woman who's
I'll
a
give you an
boss?
example.
Well,
Rihanna. ASAP
Yeah.
ain't making nowhere near close to what she's
Yeah.
making.
But
Nicki Minaj
Oh my God, that was a
ain't
good
making
example.
ain't making
well,
a situation.
I don't know what happened with Nicki because
But honestly, she dated somebody. She's with him because
Lizzo.
he knows her. He makes her feel safe. That's who she feels safe.
Make you
with.
feel safe, man. That motherfucker's got a free ride. There's nothing he can do for that woman.
yeah, shit. You make me
that she
feel
can't do
safe,
for
baby.
herself.
So is
Making you feel protected, motherfucker.
You got to check.
You can hire a bodyguard. What I'm saying is that women are hypergamous by nature.
so you think
it's a
that
part of your
they want
DNA. You
they
should
want
be.
somebody- They want somebody who's less than, is what you're saying.
No, look,
No,
y'all,
that's not that they want. They have no choice because the men that make more than them or are more powerful than them, they don't want to submit to. They don't want to give any type of onus to. It never works. It never works out. Name me one relationship where there was a rich, famous woman dated a man equal or above, and it wasn't an issue.
Okay, so
It's
I
always been an
kind of
issue.
want to bring up. Okay,
Will Smith? You want to bring up Will Smith?
I will bring them up. So
Okay.
Will Smith and
I know
Jada,
it. Yeah.
they
Look
are,
at that.
They are equal.
Wow.
Jada's
They
got
are-
Will.
they
They're not
are.
equal.
Wow. Margaret.
No,
ain't no
Jada
equal.
is equal
Ain't no
because
equal. Ain't no equal.
Jada has
He
made
make
some
a-
good movies.
She ain't made Will Smith movies. Are you
That-
serious?
that's
She
true.
ain't make iRobot. She ain't make Pursuit of
If
Happiness.
it was all financial with Will and Jada, Will would take the cake.
Okay, but look at this. Jada did not make movies, but her kids did.
Jada's got Will's nuts in a vice. Will, I just think he's
Completely.
soft.
Completely.
I'm
He
sorry.
loves her. He loves that woman.
They got stories of him freaking out about Tupac. Like, damn, you freaking out about Tupac? That nigga been dead like damn
She's
my whole
still
life.
I feel
fantasizing
like-
about
yeah,
the
she
dude.
do. But
This shows you
But can
everything.
you put that past her? It's Tupac. Come on now. He was a good man.
I mean, was he?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, was he? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, that's another conversation.
He was a good man.
what
He had his own issues.
He was a good man.
He had his own
He
issues
was
though.
a good man.
But that's the thing.
He
A lot
was
of
a good man.
good men have their own issues.
He was a great man.
But that's the thing. But this is
He
the
had
thing.
issues, but he
So-
spoke about it. I love how he was just so real. That's something that okay. So like with Will Smith and with Tupac, I feel like Jada loves Will. She loves him, right? He's the, like you say.
I think she
he's
tolerates
husband,
Will,
He's
to be honest.
husband material. He's this. He's that. Tupac. What do he say? One of you motherfuckers who has sickle cell. Fuck you.
Yeah.
That's what.
I heard that shit in the
that's
gym the
what
other
we
day. I was like, hit him up.
Yes, that's what we want.
Biggie
we
Smalls
want a
just
real
got shot.
ass man.
And they end up like
Junior
Tupac.
Mafia,
And that's
some
the thing.
Marquez
And then
nigga.
you're
dead or
ended
in
up-
jail.
You're in, and then you're in heartbreak. So the thing is that the question remains: do modern women know what they want?
They want a strong man who they feel safe with. However, I don't know why, and hopefully we'll figure it out after this. Most men who are strong and you just feel like, damn, he's a hood ass dude. Like you just not gonna get what you want. You can't have your cake. Honestly, you can have your. That's what it means. You can have your cake and eat it too.
You understand at the end of the day that you need to be dependent upon your men because your men are going to be the ones that's going to help you throughout this lifetime and be able to create life.
Mine was down too.
You want to nest. You want to be able to sit at home. You want to be able to do those things. You can't do all of that. Feel protected, nest, be comfortable, not have to work. In today's society,
There's actually a thing called for that. It's called hyperstelia. So like if you ever notice like women are more attracted to like movies about like guys turning into wolves and beasts and things like that. It's actually a syndrome.
Twilight Zone. The
Beauty
Twilight.
and
The
the
Twilight.
It's actually a syndrome to be attracted to danger and stuff. It's a weird thing. So
Okay, so but I feel like we
weird, and then want to feel protected. Obviously,
can't. So, are we talking
No,
about?
because they're not gonna hurt you. Like you said, Beauty and the Beast. He didn't hurt her. He hurt others, but he didn't hurt her.
I got you.
Beauty and the Beast is
You
a
feel.
Disney movie.
You feel like I was watching.
But Sydney loves
Ginny,
that fucking
I was
movie.
watching Ginny and Georgia.
Loves it.
There's a
Disney-
show
Disney
on
not
Netflix.
realistic.
Ginny and Georgia. She's Georgia is she crazy. Like she done some things that she shouldn't have done, and she's getting married to the mayor. He's like this guy who has. He's from New England. Okay, they're rich. His family owns boats in Nuckahaw, whatever the hell it's
White.
called. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So anywho, she tells him half her truth of like how she's a trailer park, blah, 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 blah. He protects her. Like she goes, my baby daddy wants to try to blackmail me. That feeling of protection just feels It's just something I don't know, something you just desire.
But those are movies, and all of this is for the majority fictional things that you're really attracted to, because the things that are in reality that play out like that are bad for you, and you lose at the end of the day. So guys that do that type of thing, other guys sit around and say, why, if you're a guy of means, or if you're a guy that has a lot going on, why would I deal with the multiple baby mama hoe that's all around the city because you're a nice person?
He had already fell in love with her.
Well, that's the thing.
Before she told who
that's
she
what the
really
movies,
was.
and that's what these movies sell. They
So he got duped.
They sell
He
women
did.
hope, like
He
Pretty
did.
Woman.
He was mad.
And
He was
movies
like, I
like
gotta
that.
get out of here.
They sell hope to women that live promiscuous lifestyles or that do certain things and expect them, because we're in today's society, to be a level of, well, I can still be able to get traditional.
rule? But what about the 80-20 rule? You can be with someone who is going to cook, they're going to clean, they're going to be like a wonderful mother, but her background is that she was Superhead. What about her? Remember? You know who Superhead is.
Because you're...
Yeah, I know who Superhead is.
You see, I may have heard of her.
I might know a thing or two.
Okay. Let's talk about
4
it.
minutes
She
and
was
13
married.
seconds
She
into.
got married.
She got married,
Yeah.
and she got married to basically some guy who allowed her to go see Lil Wayne in the middle of the fucking night.
How you know that?
Yeah, because she said it on the interview.
She be having them tell-all books. I mean, shit.
She has a tell-all book.
I'm gonna be 100 with
Brittany
you.
Renner, same concept. You think that people want to marry women like this?
They got married.
Okay,
They may have
let
gotten
me
married. They didn't
interject.
stay married long.
Let me interject. I think that we as niggas are too damn horny, and that's what lets women get away with a lot of shit they get away with. I
Talk
think
about it. What you saying?
No, I just think niggas is too horny, bro. Because I mean, at the end of the day, like, you know, you could be a stand-up nigga and be like, you know what? I don't like what you're doing. I'm not finna fuck with it. She finna find another nigga that's like, I'ma drink your fucking bath water. I'ma lick your farts out your stinking ass. Because
But they don't
and
want
you see
them.
niggas talk, but
But
they
they don't
still
want
fuck with them
them.
though.
So
That's what I'm saying.
We're not. This conversation shouldn't be
Niggas
judged
too
about
horny.
what
Niggas
do.
too horny, so the power's still there,
niggas
even
will
if
fuck
we're
a
giving it to 'em or not.
Niggas will fuck a pussy in a cardboard box if we could. It doesn't matter. We're not talking about
Shit.
We're not talking about.
I done seen a
those
thick ass
women.
cardboard box.
We're talking about. At the end of the day, this does not move the conversation forward to Black unity and Black progress, which is what we're supposed to be about.
Okay,
because
so
the reality is
So
that we
let's
know.
get back
So
to that.
let's talk about Black unity.
Okay, so in order to
And
dig us
we
out
can't
of
talk about that without talking about the state of Black men in America.
Hold on. See, that's what I'm saying. No, absolutely not. Because
We
at
can
the
talk
end
about
of the day,
the state of Black
no
women.
men.
too.
No, hold on. Men are still expected to be traditional in a world where women can evolve and do all this other
But
shit.
that's why it's important to talk about the state of Black men because
Let's talk
things-
about it. The state of Black men has not changed as much as you think.
Look. Okay,
I
so
don't
if
know
you
any
look up
men
salaries,
who
if you
pay
look
a
up
bills.
salaries right now, if you look up
Right.
salaries, right, what's the median for the United States? It's like 50,000 something. That's for everybody, not just Black men.
Damn.
Right?
That's pretty low.
70% of the country is
That's
making
pretty
30.
low.
It's about 50
70% of the
it's about
country.
48. It's about 40.
No.
it's about
Hear me
40
out. Because
48,000.
I look this shit up all the time because I'll be like trying to figure out like when can I tell if I'm really rich, right?
Right.
So I'm like, okay, the entire country, everyone included, is like, I don't remember the exact number of 50 grand, but I want to say 56. It's like between 52 and 56, the median for the entire country. That includes those in extreme poverty and those that are super rich, right?
That brings
I
down
looked it up
really
the other
low.
day because I wanted to know, how do you get in the top percentile?
Right.
$137,000 a year puts you in the top 20%. Okay? How do you be the richest in every in the nation and in every state? It varies.
In top 10% of Black, by the way.
It varies. Well, we're not even talking about, but we're talking about everybody.
Everybody, I got
right?
you, but-
So it varies from state to state, but it's around 500,000 a year to 600,000 a year, right? So, with that being said, the top like 1 to 10% are having an income of 500 to 600,000 a year to be in that in any state. You got to make at least like $4.99. Google it. You could fucking Google it. And I'm telling you, I just looked this shit up not too long ago, right? So with that being said, that's everybody. And we're talking about the super rich now are also included in the median, right? So what we're saying is 70% of the country is technically making 38 grand or less. That includes people with multiple kids. The poverty line in Illinois for a family of 4 is like 81 grand. Okay, and I'm a family of 4, and I make what I feel is decent money, but shit, according to that, I'm barely scraping the poverty line. You feel me? So let's put into perspective how black people fit into that, with black women being what right now the most educated,
and the least paid.
The most educated and the least paid. However, black men are not faring better. Black men statistically,
black women are most educated. They're not graduating.
Well, see, here's the thing. So
let's make sure
we're talking about
correct,
like
though.
cultural background.
They're the most
right?
enrolled. They're
so
not the most educated.
Hold on for a second.
I have a bachelor's degree,
and so do I. So does he. And so this is what I'm saying. So we are people. We're degreed up.
And don't none of us use them.
We ain't got our masters maybe, but we're degreed up here, right?
So true. Like it's like the bachelor's is like a piece of paper.
It is true. It's not. It doesn't have that much value.
Even the master's is like a piece of paper. Like I was looking for the state of Illinois, like jobs for the like I want to work for the state. I want to work for the state. Having a bachelor's degree, it said $3,868,000 a month. $3,863,000 a month. That is about $46,000 a year for a bachelor's degree. What is that gonna do?
That's under the median.
What is that gonna do?
You see what I'm saying? The family I came from, my mom and dad were college educated. My granddaddy was college educated. Mm-hmm. My granddaddy and dad are men that paid for shit all the time too. And somehow I still wound up in poverty for almost a decade. Mm-hmm. Now, statistically, black men are the most likely out of everybody in the United States to end up back in poverty no matter what circumstances they come from. Mm-hmm. Right. So, and if you want to date black, you got to realize what you're dealing with. Not only that, we're like 80% of incarcerated. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm just throwing facts out there. Google it and tell me the real facts in the comments.
Modern day slavery.
Right? So we're the most incarcerated. We're the most likely to drop back into poverty, even if both of our parents are educated and have money. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Okay. It's hard to get a job. The median is 50 something grand. And most black men, like, it puts you in the top like 1 to 10% of black men if you make over 50 grand. So now let's take this info and put it back into what we were initially talking about with black dating and the black family. Because I know everyone gets mad at you online, but I know that where your heart is the black family. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of guys' hearts is there. Some guys are just talking shit.
I like
but like a lot of it is the black family. And the truth is that black men, we're just like, you make over 50 grand, you're an anomaly. But we hustlers, so we make the job, we do our thing on the side, we got this, we got that. You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes you get lost in the sauce. But the truth is, it's just a smaller pool for women to pick from.
Why? Who's
black
doing
women.
that?
So then you want.
How is this conversation talking about black men? Because we understand who's the one making the decision.
You heard where I went. You heard where I came.
I can speak for
where
women.
I'm going.
The reason why women are saying, like, I saw a live. She sounded so embarrassing. I honestly wanted to report her. I was like, where's the report button? She's like sitting in the car with this guy, and she goes, "Oh, if you can't pay my mortgage."
It's cold enough. Go ahead.
If you can't pay my mortgage, you can't get my nails done, my hair done. Like, basically, like, take care of her. She's not gonna fuck with him. And this wasn't even a date. It was her getting into his car, getting to know this guy. But the reason why women are acting this way is honestly, I think, an age thing. It's not somebody who's 30, 35, 40. Black women who are in their 30s and their 40s, if they're not with a man, it's because they're like, fuck it, I'm going to just get my own money and take care of my household. That's me, basically. But people who are younger, they look at Little Dirk. They look at Lil Baby. Oh, I could find that. I could find this. Because they're what I said. They're hood, but they're making money.
Smart, yeah.
Exactly. But that's not something you're going to find. Like you said, that's the 1%
But that's not
chance.
Guys you marry. Like, look at those guys.
Are they
married?
I didn't even get to that.
Like,
it's a less than 1%
They're not
chance.
marrying the girls that they're with more times
It's
than
a
not.
less than 1% chance. It's like a 0.00. Because you got to realize, like, if you...
They're not marrying
if
you want thug guys are not getting married.
If
like
you
that.
alone leave the salaries...
By far, I think Waka Flocka is the only guy who's gotten married.
So check it out. If 50% of the country makes more than 50 grand, which I don't even think that's accurate. It's like more like 30%. 30% of the country makes more than 50 grand. Then you want to factor in how many actual black eligible men there are. And then you want to cut it in half by height, weight,
Oh yeah, that's definitely
core values.
Already married, gay.
right.
There are so many other factors.
It's not.
So it breaks it
there's
down to
just
this
not
little
much.
increment.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not much to
You're
pick
putting
from.
yourself out the
Can't pick
box.
from. So then that answers the question for Lori. She has money.
So because she has a plethora of options.
She has that. Yeah, she gets so why? So you know what, that answers the question. Why the fuck not? If I could date Michael B. Jordan, the BMF fucking actor, a NASCAR fucking racer, black NASCAR racer. They're probably paying him a lot because they want to make sure they're not racist or whatever the case may be. Future, I'm gonna fucking do it. Because why the fuck not? That answered the question, though.
That's the
She got the cream of the fucking crop of black men. She's dating black men, though, Aaron.
It doesn't
Black
matter. That is the
men.
epitome of why
happy for her.
women are in the situation that they're in because they
mean-
think that they could be Lori Harvey. And
Well,
guess what?
yes.
No matter how much money and
Yes,
opportunity she
that is
has,
true. Yes.
I promise you it's not going to end well for her. We can stamp time this whenever.
It feels good
when it
for
gets
her,
to that
though.
point, give her ass 3-4 years and she ain't settled down.
But it felt good.
Watch. She's going to start scramming for the nigga. She's going to start hitting the call back like, hey,
No, she's not.
remember me?
No,
Hey,
she's
big
not.
head.
Well, because of her
Ooh.
mama, she probably not.
She's gonna.
She's not
She
gonna do
is
that.
going to be. Listen.
she's not.
Look at all the fine women right now that were doing the same thing that she was doing
Nia
during
Long
their
is
heyday.
doing just fine. Lala Anthony is doing just fine, and they were married.
She ain't get. They're not dating. We can talk about Nia Long all day. She's not marrying none of those dudes. It's
No,
not gonna
but
happen.
she's having a good time.
It's over with.
It's over.
It's over with. That was her one
of
opportunity,
it's
and she probably
payback,
didn't even really
though.
like dude like that.
She was with a
I'm telling
Marianne.
you, look at Halle Berry. Look at all these black women actresses that have that are in a
Tracy
position that they're
Ellis-
in and they have nobody. Look at all of them. Name me one right now. Name me a black prominent actress who's not married, who's not dating, who's not.
Do they
can
have to be?
dating.
They have to be an
They're
actress.
not married already, or even talk about the ones that they're married. Yeah, actress or anybody that's entertained. We're talking about entertainers right now because they're the most known. But I'm talking about even the CEOs, the public head figures,
What about
the
presidency?
lady that the black lady that may run guaranteed rate.
What about first ladies?
I don't know. They're
Yeah, but
typically
Michelle
married.
Obama don't.
Michelle Obama.
She don't subscribe to that bullshit.
Yeah, she
don't subscribe to that bullshit,
She
you
can
know
talk
that.
all that Harvard shit all day
Matter
long.
of fact, she's
but you
preaching
think that
marriage all day.
you-
She's talking about how Barack,
think-
she don't always like him, but you got to push through the difficult stuff.
bring-
which is not what the modern woman is pushing. The modern woman is like, fuck it. If it ain't giving me pleasure, fuck it. Which the thing is, like, even
but a
as
lot of men aren't doing what Obama has done. They're not leading.
So niggas got to be the president for you to fucking submit? That's what I'm saying, man. It's never enough. It's never enough. It's never enough. And this is what I want to tell all the young black men. It's like, bro, do what you do. Get to yours, because the woman that you desire, don't be out here trying to headhunt for these chicken heads, man. Because I'm telling you, the one that's going to come around for you is going to be there. I promise you, because at the end of the day, most modern women today it's just about the moment right now. I'm just going to do me and da-da-da-da. And then you're going to fade and everything's going to sag and then you're going to look crazy and then you're not going to have anybody because you decided to wait. Well, listen, the number one way for black women to get ahead right now and to be with the guy that's making all of this shit is to grow and rise with him, to be with him through them college years. These white women are going to college that's trying to get a degree. They don't give a fuck about a
white
degree.
women
They
go
going
to
to go
college
get their man.
just to meet a nigga sometimes.
They're
But
going
they
to go
still
meet
have
their
a
men.
a
But
career.
this is my thing.
They want to go meet those educated men. They're going to go
What
sit in those libraries. They're going to go talk to the guy that's the head of the ABB club and head of this club and head of this fraternity. They're going to go get their successful men because they know where they're at and they understand how to go get them. And that's also a cultural thing that's taught to white and other cultures. What I'm saying about black women and that understanding is that these higher up black women, they want to be hypergamous, but they don't like those guys. They don't like the nice guys or the guys that's making more money than them or making as much money than them because they can't dominate them. And that's a modern woman thing right today. That's a problem. It's the number one issue that's not being talked about. And women are saying that they are feeling unfulfilled because listen, you all are going after the same fucking guy. Do y'all realize that? Do y'all realize that the majority of men in this world, we just
talked about the percentage.
The majority of men in this world who get pussy and the ones that don't, do you understand that more men will die virgins than women ever will?
Yeah.
Y'all can get pussy at the drop of a hat.
Be a lump on a log and a nigga will hit it. That's what I'm saying. Niggas is too horny.
Understand, like most niggas that can get pussy.
That's my point.
Most niggas that can get pussy all the time are the same type of guy. It's a small percentage. Women all flock to the same guy. The reason why you can have one man and 5 baby mamas, because all of them want a Nick Cannon, but they don't want to date Jerome that works security. I'm just telling you, they may have a baby by, they may fuck him, but the reality is that they strive to have a baby by Nick Cannon. You strive to be in that group. Why? It doesn't make any fucking sense.
They feel safe with him. You know
why? Financially safe.
Yes, financially safe. Their children are going to be so sad.
And they're going to be fucked up because they're growing out without a father. And you're doing that to that show on purpose.
I saw him on TikTok with his children.
He can only be such a good father. I'm sorry.
But listen
I don't believe that whole shit. Nick Cannon is a great guy, and I'm sure he's a great father. As much as he can be.
Akon, who is from Nigeria. Akon, who is from Nigeria. And actually, I should have been said this. Oh, he's from Ghana?
He's Ghana.
I should have said this, though, too. That's my brother. My uncle, when I went to Nigeria at 15, my freshman year of high school, I went to Nigeria to go to my cousin's wedding. And I learned so much. My uncle, who was my father's brother, he had 5 wives. Mm-hmm. But not only did he have 5 wives.
At the same time?
All at the same time. Every single wife was dressed immaculate. I mean, from head to toe, they had on satin, silk, beautiful attire. They all matched their husband. And each wife was a different age because they all had their purpose. So his first wife was obviously old like him, right? That's his first wife. One wife was probably our age, 30. Her job was to, what a 60-year-old ain't trying to do, cook and clean, right? Maybe the wife that was in between the age, a 60-year-old woman, I'm not trying to be like disgusting, but a 60-year-old woman, she ain't trying to have sex, right? So that's probably her job, you know, keep the relationship going. Mm-hmm. Everybody had their purpose. And they weren't like, they didn't seem upset because he made sure that everyone was happy. It seemed like everybody was in all accord. Everybody had their purpose. That's something that we kind of fail at in America. Women, like you said, are all going for the same dude. They're going for the same dude because they want what my uncle was giving. Financial stability, a purpose, not just financially, but a purpose. Everybody had a job to do and everybody was happy. And they all looked happy as hell. Like they were dressed perfect. They matched him. That's something that women are lacking in this country. Like, I'm going to go for Nick Cannon because he's going to give me money, of course. I mean, he's probably not going to be, like you said, in the child's life, emotional. But at this point, at least money. At least, but see, again. That's all men can really offer. That's kind of, see, well, you it's poking out right now. You telling the truth. That's what it's all starting to come out. And if that's all they can offer. Get your bread up. If that's all they can offer, me too. It's poking out. Simply, it ain't poking out. You know, your feminist is showing now with that statement, because the reality is that we have more to offer than just the resources. But the problem is that is our job, and that's what you know us for our resources. Because a woman naturally, I'm gonna make sure your laundry is done. That's just something I want to do. It's just something a woman is gonna do. But why can't a man naturally take care of me? Traditional, that's no problem. But we want you. Certain men deserve you at a certain point. That's just the truth. If I've fucking accumulated all this fucking wealth, and I did all of this shit, and I've gotten to a point where I've got multiple homes, multiple businesses. I'm driving any car I want. I got money. I can fly wherever the fuck I want. Why do I have to give my resources to a woman, or why should I give my resources to a woman who isn't deserving of that, who's got 3 fucking kids by fucking 3 dads? My grandma did. That act a certain way. I mean, hey. But no, I'm saying that, but that don't want to cook and clean, don't want to do nothing traditional, so you just got to pay for me. Like, my whole thing is I was married and he tried to clean up the house because I would complain. I'd be like, oh, don't nobody clean up the house. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And he went to go clean. I was like, sit sit back down. Like I actually, I enjoy doing it. Like this is it's my territory. You know, but the whole thing is have respect for me though. When you come home, don't just throw your shoes and your socks on the floor.
Ooh,
Put it
I
in the
did that.
laundry bin. Put it where things need to go. Show me that you respect me. You know? So like I don't care. Clean. I'll cook and I'll clean for you. And I like cooking because I like to go on TikTok and be like, oh, what can I cook next? Like look at ingredients. Things like that is cute. But nowadays it's men like you said, Lori Harvey, she probably was with Michael B. He's acting, he's making a lot of movies, he's doing Creed 3. He probably doesn't have time for her. She probably didn't even get to know him.
Most people picking based off core values. That's what we're not really talking about. You know what I'm saying? And the core values differ depending on like who you was raised by. Like my parents was boomers. So I'm a little more like as much shit as I talk, ultimately I'm gonna be a little more on the like, well, I gotta make the bread. I gotta make sure shit's paid. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
It's the man
That's
in you.
something hard to come by.
It's the man in you.
and
It's the man in all of
she's
us.
gonna be like, she wants to work though. That's what I'm saying. But she's still gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna clean this motherfucker up and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like you raised by boomers, you're a little bit more willing to play your role. But the younger generation was the freaknik generation. Them motherfuckers was shaking ass too. So when your mama shaking ass, what you gonna do? You gonna shake ass too. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that's preventing you from getting a nigga. But like
gotta
you,
see through this
you the niggas you getting ain't even the niggas you want. It is what it is, right? So I don't know if it matters how many people you sleep with. It's more still what you trying to bring to the table. And a lot of people just want a free ride.
I always bring my trump card out when we have these conversations. And what I say is often I say, not only, and people always talked about like, yeah, well, you can still be married and not be happy. The reality is that that's fine. You'll cross that bridge as far as happiness. Happiness isn't the concern here at the end of the day. The concern here is preserving your life and the life of the seed that you brought into this world. We can worry about our happiness and shit like that. We can be happy alone. We can be happy with people. Yeah, that happiness is too. If you're dictating the shit off happiness all the time, that isn't the thing. Look, a lot of people aren't happy with a job, but they're being really successful at what they do. And right now, this is what's best for them.
Happiness is subjective.
Exactly. So at the end of the day,
It's not a goal.
I always use the trump
It's a
card and
byproduct.
say that if I'm surrounded by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, shit, how many of us are married? And not even including Henry Cortez and Brian, who I hang with, who you guys are with when you're with me. So that's an extra 3. We're talking about a group of literally about 15 to 20 guys who are married. Black men.
And at 30 years old.
We can have our own fucking marriage. We're in our fucking 40s, we're all gonna go on cruises and shit. We're almost at that age. We're like 4 or 5 years removed from the cruise like gathering.
Every year, annually.
With all of our married friends.
Can I come?
It's fucking great. But listen.
I want to come.
But listen, but here's the thing.
That's
It's
not
fucking
really
great. And
wanna
as
come.
much shit as they want to talk, as much shit people want to talk. Look at, you can pull up all of, and we know this because we see, look at all of our wives when it comes to like social media and like Facebook and like other things when these topics come up. Outside of like just casually having conversations, like for the some that are more vocal, like the Cynthias, maybe my wife, maybe, you know.
I mean, they
maybe
still like to stir the pot.
Soon-to-be wife, whatever. You know.
But look at actions, not words.
Look at the actions. Look at the actions. I have the trump card to say, I know what it's like for y'all on this side. You want this. We know y'all want this. And we unlock the key for you to have it. Because y'all make the choices about who you date, but we make the choices about who you marry. And that will always be our trump card. Because you're not getting down on the knee, right?
That's right.
You, imaginary woman, what about you? What about you, imaginary woman sitting over there? Yeah, they all said no. Don't worry. I speak for all the women that say, first of all, you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't ever get down on a knee and propose to a man. Ever. I'm totally against it.
I don't know why people do that.
And the reason why I'm totally against it is because it puts a man in a hard spot, and that man needs to know if he's ready. When a man knows he's ready to take care of you, which is what you're asking for when you ask for marriage, he's the person that knows that, which is why he is the proponent of putting the ring on your finger, which is why you should never do it, because you never know if that man mentally is ready to do that. You're putting a man in a bad spot by asking him for your hand in marriage as a woman. Don't ever do it, ladies. Don't put yourself in that position. But I'm surrounded by a whole bunch of men who ask their wives to, hey, let's do this life thing together. Trust me when I tell you, y'all talk a lot of shit, but I understand why y'all want this. It makes sense for y'all. And we want to give it to you, but we want to give it to women to where it makes sense. If you're doing shit like a Lori Harvey or fuck Lori Harvey, if you're doing shit like any other hoe out on the street or any girl that's just out here popping her shit, who's having all these extra babies and not getting married, your situation is different. You were married to the guy. You were with him. You thought this person was supposed to be the one. Shit didn't work out. Y'all ended up getting a divorce. Okay, that's understandable for some men. Some men eventually, a man at a certain point is going to be able to like, da-da-da. But what did I ask you? I asked you before. I said in the same shit, and I learned this from Kevin Samuels. I'm not gonna lie. Was it worth dissolving at the end of it? Was it something that you just couldn't fix?
Yes.
And you said,
Actually, I'm not gonna lie.
you said no. You said no. You asked.
Julian is spoken.
You was like, honestly, I don't really know. Like, to be honest with you, like because we were so young. I didn't really know
we were so
myself.
young.
But y'all had been together for so
And I
while.
wanted to be like you said in the beginning of the interview. You said, well, not interview, but podcast. You said people want to be happy. Like you said, you can't be happy 100% of the time. And if you want to be happy 100% of the time, marriage is not for you. Because
doesn't make you happy.
He honestly, I mean, he didn't really do anything wrong. I just wasn't.
Yeah, it's
like
a
one day
partnership.
I was like, oh my God, I can't do this. Like, I just felt like I was.
You feel like you wrecked your own home?
I ain't gonna say that. I just felt like I
Why not?
married my parents. Like, I felt like I married my parents when I was with, like, at first, before, like, literally before.
Wait, they are gonna kill you. I'm sorry.
I know.
I'm sorry about this because we're clipping this up. You're gonna be like, you're gonna have that caption where it's like, woman said she married her. Oh, they're gonna come. Oh, they're gonna drill you. I'm sorry. I'm just letting you know now, but it's okay. I want you to be. I just want you to be who you are. Just know this. Hey, listen, you signed up for this. We are not above the scrutiny
And I
here,
sent
man.
my mom the videos like, subscribe to this YouTube. I'm gonna delete that her phone. But anyway, I feel like I married my parents. Like before we went to the courthouse, before I had his last name, we had so much fun. We would go to the bars after work. Like after work, I'd be like, oh, let's go get some drinks. Like it would just be fun. Then when I married him and I was his wife,
Life started to happen.
he just like, I'll go to the bar. Like, let's go to the bar, babe. We go to the bar. He's pulling me close. Close your legs. Okay, Dad. Okay. Like, it was just giving, you're worse than my dad. Like, I just felt like I'm a social butterfly and he was turning me into like, I was going back into the opposite. Like, you're supposed to go from a caterpillar to the, whatever this thing is called. What is this thing?
The cocoon.
Cocoon, and then spread your wings. He was like, putting me back in my cocoon.
But what you're saying is basically that you married somebody that you feel like you couldn't be yourself with.
I couldn't be myself.
So there's nothing wrong with dissolving that. That means it couldn't be fixed.
I couldn't be myself.
Cap.
You think it could be fixed?
I could have been fixed.
Absolutely. First and
I could be
foremost,
myself.
Margaret, I love you. I'm just gonna tell you the honest
Niggas-
truth. That is a horrible reason to not be with somebody, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Oh my God.
Well, I'm gonna tell you
Not
why.
being yourself?
I'm
I
gonna
wanna
tell
be
you why.
happy.
This wasn't
you
about
forget
being
what
yourself.
nigga you got sitting next to you?
We all.
Boy,
who you talking to?
I can't
You
be
talking to me?
I can't be myself.
You talking about me?
I'm out.
You talking about me?
And
Or
I
you talking about
tried
you?
to put in years. I'm talking about me.
Exactly. I put in like 5 years.
Who do you think would feel the most under some sort of torture camp or some sort of jail prison?
You can't say
than
you
this guy.
more than me. Because you know how I am.
I know how I am.
I even tried to do it. And I never
It
again.
hurts. It's like the worst feeling.
Who
in the
is
world.
more of a social butterfly than me? Let's
But
just
it's
be
not
real.
about being a social butterfly. It's just about being me.
being me.
You can't motherfucking.
I've had to put your
You can't
mind-
tell me not to do this. You can't tell me not
No.
to do that.
You
and
have
then
to put
expect me to
yourself on the
fucking
back burner.
cater to you, pay all the bills, and be happy.
You have to put your. You
I'm
have
a
to put
fucking
certain.
other bitch.
I had to put certain shit on the back burner and grow up, bro.
Nah,
Y'all
fuck
know that.
I'm not growing up. If
Nigga,
I
you
can't,
put it.
I
in the
can't
song.
even be
He made a
myself.
song and said that I was immature, and I
Oh, yeah.
fucking felt some type of way about that. But I had to.
Why
eat
you
it
bringing
as
up
a
all
man,
shit?
And I had to eat it as a man.
You
and
made
I
a
eat it as a
song?
man. I did,
A long
and
time
it was
ago.
a long time ago. It's a long story, but at the end of the day, he was fucking right. I didn't get mad at him. I didn't fucking lash out because I knew at a certain point I had to grow the fuck up, and I had to stop doing certain shit that I was fucking doing. It even to this day, sometimes I'll be like, I want to get up and fucking do the robot butt naked in the street. Like, I be still having those little moments where I'm like, you know, so when I do go out and shit like that, but then I often, but then when I get that,
with being stupid.
yeah, again, so I've learned to balance that, and I've learned to put that shit into perspective. So at the end of the day, so that way I'm not embarrassing my family and embarrassing the tribe that I'm with.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, as a woman, the modest thing that he wants you to know, if he's super controlling, telling you what not to wear, I don't even do that with Sydney, and she knows I'd never even control what she wears, where she goes, what she does. But at the end of the day, she understands in moderation, and she understands when you're good and when you're not, and what space are you in right now, because she understands that everything has to happen in moderation. When you decide to marry somebody, and as a woman, you have to get to a certain point where certain things are just for your man. You can't be as outwardly going and as friendly all the time. Doesn't mean you can't be who you are.
I know to do it.
But you can't. You can't be all the motherfuckers' faces. You just can't.
But am I?
No, what I'm saying, I'm not. It's different
That's
for
what I'm
women.
saying.
It's a double standard for women.
He's talking about women.
We're talking about women. It's a double standard for women.
said
As
about-
men, you have to be able to be a little bit more reserved, a little bit more calm. You can't lash out as quick when you get married or just when you grow up and mature. And typically, men tend to mature around the time when they're ready to make the decision to marry.
Men tend to mature around their fucking 30s. Okay, and you know that's another.
And they hit their
That's another
financial
thing
stride
that
in
I
their 40s.
forgot to mention.
We're still pre on our financial strides.
That's another thing I forgot to
right?
mention.
Lori is doing an amazing job then, because if you say a man is not ready to get married until their 30s, they're not in their financially strapped to their 40s. So if she's only 26, she's doing the damn thing
Well,
then.
no. Diddy like 50,
because older men who she's dated date women her age.
The happiness
and they marry
curve.
women her age.
The happiness curve.
If you haven't gotten with somebody during the young years and been with them up through, like a Savannah James, right? Who we all clearly can tell that's a wife. We don't have to know that woman. We can tell that Savannah James is a wife based on how she moves, how she acts, how she backs her man, how she keeps her mouth closed, how she doesn't fucking dress all crazy. We ain't seen all type. We seen some nice sexy dresses from her, maybe on a birthday or something like that, but we ain't seen no scandalous shit. We ain't seen no Aisha Curry fucking posing butt naked.
Aisha, wait, you said Curry? I thought you didn't like her. You said, did you just say Steph Curry's wife?
Yeah, I'm saying I'm comparing her to Savannah James.
I was going to say because she was
there's
angry
been
that
talk in the
nobody
media
was looking
about
at her sexually.
They brought up the conversation with Stephen A. about pitting black women together.
Yeah, she wants to be the desire, which I get. I get that because like when I got
DJ Envy letting his wife go for 20 days on a vacation.
But I mean, you still gotta pipe your
But
girl down.
can he go on vacation for 20 days?
He
fit their program.
cheated though.
You got to fit men's program.
She's getting her get back.
Men can go. Men don't. It matter. Men shouldn't want to go on a vacation for 20 days.
He probably already did it.
He may have, but it doesn't. What desire does a woman need to go on a vacation with her female friends for 20 days?
I mean, you don't have to have sex for 20 days. You're just
I ain't say
having
she
a
had
good time.
No, I ain't saying all that. What I'm saying is that what can you do for 20 days? Y'all don't like each other that much. Stop.
20 days. I mean,
like, let's be real, bro. Like, why are you going away for 20 days?
To fuck.
It depends. It depends. Though. It could be a cruise, a world cruise.
No,
ain't
she's
no
too
20
rich for a cruise.
I'm gonna be 100.
A world cruise.
7
though.
days on the water is too much for me.
No, a world cruise, guys. You're going to South Africa. You're going to Greece. You're going to Australia. You're going to Canary Islands.
Do you realize that when women that are married go other places, that other men, the whole world sees like, why is this married woman traveling alone? Y'all always talk about being protected, and then you're gonna go with 3 or 4 of your women alone when you all got men that are supposed to be protecting you. That makes no sense at all. And it ain't about no damn slavery or holding your woman back or saying that your woman can't do this and can't do that. But what we're saying
It's about being unhappy in your marriage.
Yeah, and then making choices that show that you are unhappy, like taking a 20-day vacation from your man. And I just watched a podcast where 5 women was like, yeah, I don't even want to be around women that much. And why would I want to be away from my man for 20 days?
Maybe she's by herself, though.
A week, maybe at tops.
I doubt it.
Come on, man. Not even, and barely even that, man.
But you know Envy's story. He fucked up. So
exactly. So she probably needs.
She's sick of that nigga. She's taking her time.
Herself. She needs time for herself.
That was a long time
and
ago.
That's to make the marriage work.
You don't come back.
Yeah.
She ain't came back from that shit.
She didn't get to do what he did.
Dude is a simp, and that's the problem. He's gonna allow her to do something because he messed up 5 years, 7 years ago.
It's making the marriage work, though.
Wait. Are you talking about DJ Envy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but
it could be 7 years ago to you, but 7 years ago to a woman is a week ago. Yeah.
So he has to bow down and do whatever she says.
No, not
Power struggle. He lost the power
Leave.
struggle.
Compromise.
Leave.
He lost the power struggle. He don't
Compromise.
want to leave.
Why?
I don't know.
You're DJ Envy.
Compromise.
I mean, obviously, he don't give a fuck about the power struggle. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because she's got his goddamn balls in the fucking vice in the front of the fucking public world. Now I want to get on the radio and I just want to say to my wife that I'm just so sorry I publicly humiliated you. Yeah, most people think that's some man shit at the end of the day, bro. At the end of the day, man, she would have got back with you and took that apology in quiet. You think that you had to do that? You think that made her look good? You just said women like certain type of men. Imagine if your man went on a public apology tour for you.
That's even more embarrassing than getting cheated on.
I mean, Cardi B's husband kind of did it. She was professional.
No, I was there. I was there. I was there.
Ow. Dang.
I was there. I was at Rolling Loud. I was at that Rolling Loud when that happened. I was there in LA. You were supposed to be there. You left.
She wasn't happy about it.
You left.
But I know
you left.
she showed that she wasn't happy about it, but it showed the initiative. Like, man, I really am
different
sorry.
situation. I'm gonna tell you why.
Sorry.
A different situation.
I feel like he came
Different
and got his
situation.
woman. I think that's.
I feel like he came and got his woman.
And he was being
and that's okay.
Dude.
Men
like,
can
yeah,
men when they feel like they have
aggressive.
something. Men felt like they when they have something. That's one thing. But when DJ Envy's case, when you flying around with a bird and your motherfucking wings get clipped, and then you go on the radio and be, I just want to just say, I just Offset came in with the flowers and was like, during her performance, like, I'm here. I ain't going nowhere. What's up? She what? It was a different manner in which he did it. You can lump it together and say whatever you want.
Though. That's funny as hell.
You can lump it together and say whatever you want, but at the end of the day, men know, first of all, the position that they're in, what they truly want at the end of the day. Now, whether you're a simp or you a strong dude, this or that, guys know automatically what it is that we want. Pretty much almost from jump. We know who we're gonna marry pretty fast. We don't say it. We don't say it.
Women do too. I'm sure women do too.
What you mean?
And that's probably right.
They know what they want.
They want what she know what she wants. And
women don't know what they want.
Whoever fucking you already thought about fucking you.
Women don't know what they want.
Women do know what they want. They want to be protected. They want somebody, like you said, who's going to be aggressive. Like you said.
No, I mean like down to the actual nigga. Like
you want a unicorn.
If he ever try to smash, I let him.
I want a unicorn.
You want a unicorn. I want a nigga that's a thug like Tupac for making $7,000 an hour that slanging the D that drive 5 cars who don't own the cars.
Statistically, that nigga don't exist.
They got 5 houses and 20 boats. And they don't live with their mama, but they take care of their mama.
No.
But they beat them.
Head ass boy. Head ass boy.
He gotta have a 9-inch dick. And he gotta know how to cook. He gotta know how to clean. He can't be no bitch. He gotta take care of the kids. But I don't want him around the kids all the time because I want him to be soft. I don't want to be that hard. I want him to be a little, stop.
That is not true.
Those guys aren't getting those guys.
No,
those women aren't getting those guys. But yet that's what they want.
He said a thug.
That's the problem.
Okay. What I mean by a hood ass nigga is, I mean like somebody who has like, when he walks in the room, he dominates the room. He has his own style.
Not everybody dominates the room.
I need that. I need somebody who walks in, a fucking cardiologist, motherfucking Miami, the surgeon who does all the BBLs. He dominates the room. He has his shit together, but he has style. Can I get both? And
do you deserve both?
Yes, I do.
Why?
And don't control me. Because
Why?
I bring things to the table.
Like what? See, you wanted to do that. Let's say, listen, I just want to ask her a question.
I got a question though about that, right? What if a dude on that same notion, right? It's like you got everything out, like you cook, you clean, you do all this shit, but your tits ain't big enough. I want you to get surgery.
Then pay for it, and I will absolutely do it. The fuck?
But you want BBL? You wouldn't go under the knife and do all this?
Yes, I am.
The right woman will do it for
Are you gonna pay for it?
Yeah, most women would do it before
is
they
this
got
an
to
offer?
get what they want. Hey, listen, if this is what you're saying to get me to be in a position
Yes.
where I'm good for the rest of my life.
Maybe I'm different. I don't even want that. If I gotta change you that
I
much,
want it for myself.
I want you to be your own fucking person.
Mm-mm.
I
want it for myself.
You know what I mean?
I want it like a
don't-
Malibu Barbie.
But I mean, that's you. I'm talking about me. I'm like,
I don't want to look like fake. Like, oh my gosh, she has a fake. I'm a small body frame. Like, I know not to go get a Nicki Minaj ass, but I would like to get like a skinny girl BBL. If you're willing to pay for a skinny girl BBL for me, so me to look like a Barbie, like you know what a Barbie doll looks like without the clothes. If I can look like that, I will cook. I will clean. I will do whatever the hell you need me to do. What you want me to do? Because I'm gonna do it.
And that,
all you gotta do is eat and go to the gym,
itself
man.
tells you, listen. That in itself tells you that, and I'm gonna close it with this: that women will be willing to do almost anything to secure a man. Why go through that trouble to do all that for yourself to be able to secure a guy and not just do the simple shit that most normal men are willing to do for you to be able to be secure? Because most normal men ain't paying for a BBL. All they want you to do is just do the regular shit. We ain't asking for a whole lot. Just do what you want to do. If you want to be traditional, or if you want us to be traditional, be a level of traditional. And that's what we're asking for. Otherwise, we can flip this shit all day. We can talk about how women and men ain't equal, are equal to each other so much when we know that isn't true. Because at the end of the day, we ain't equal. We all have different roles to play. Yeah, we all have a different level of perspective on how we want to be able to make this shit work. For black families all day long, man. Listen, at the end of the day, you put yourself out there as much and you don't get what you want coming back. That's exactly what the fuck you get. It is the Some podcast. Host does absolute fucking most. Alo Boot. Appreciate y'all coming out. Don't forget to like, comment, and
subscribe
to the pod. We do appreciate y'all. We want to make sure that y'all know following us on all our platforms. Make sure that you follow us on our TikTok. We'll post that there. Our Instagram, our Facebook. Glow us up, man. I think we're pushing close to 4,000 subscribers at this point on YouTube. I think we just got a lot more to go. I mean, we're treading along. We're pushing. We got to continue to do that for y'all. We will continue to do that for y'all and be consistent. Thank you to Margaritas.
with Margaret.
That's her name now. Margaritas.
I feel bad for calling you Margaritas.
Hey, Margaritas.
I've seen the name and still called you Margarita. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Margarita's here. I was just like, okay.
Margarita.
I heard that. So like, Aaron.
Margarita.
Like, look, I heard him. I knew what he said. I just didn't want to.
None of y'all correct me.
No, but that's because that's my name. My name is Margarita in Spanish. So Margaret. Margaret. Yeah. That's fine.
Margaritas.
But that's what I was saying. Are you Latina?
Yeah.
I thought you was Latina.
Go ahead.
But you're Nigerian.
Go ahead and
that's not Latina.
Let the people know where to follow you. Let the people know where they can subscribe to your channel. Let the people know how they can get in touch with you and see more of your content.
I love that. Okay, so I am at Margarita _Margaret _2021. That's my Instagram. My podcast is Margaritas with Margaret podcast, and then my Facebook is just Margarita Margaret, and that's how you can find me.
Dope. Super dope.
We appreciate you coming and shooting the shit with us.
We do appreciate you, even though I ain't get into your ass.
Because you know we like to talk
like
shit.
Family. But next time you bring you bring some people back, you bring some people with you so I can get in their ass because I don't know them as good, and I can be able to ask them the harder questions. I spared you slightly. On this one. Yes, because
the funny thing to notice is that like it's two guys and one girl, but low key, all three of us have different viewpoints.
We really do. I feel like you backed me a lot.
I mean, look.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah,
we'll talk about how
he was Team Margarita.
Hey, look. I ride for the guys.
That simp ass behavior. Then strike again.
No, I ride for the guys, but I think that if we want to even the playing field, we got to be a little bit more fair about our standards with, like I said, looks and sex, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Y'all, you was right. You right in the whole, yeah,
My dad worked, came home, and did nothing.
Well, but that's
the life that I'm trying to live. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Goddamn it!
Some podcast, we out.
Make sure
chilling on the beach.
Like, comment, and subscribe. Men, know your worth. Women, know what you're good at. Let's go. Some podcast. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We out.
Bye.
Peace.